As highlighted since campaign, these powers must be transferred through a coordinated response between the PSNI, DARD and all of our local council authorities along with the USPCA. Like many other animal rescue centres, many of whom you've heard from today, Benvardin Animal Rescue Kennels near Malamute is struggling on an ongoing basis to deal with the results of the current failures to address a number of these issues. In July 2013, two individuals who are already well known to the authorities in England and Scotland and who have dodged RSPCA investigations there in 2010 and 11 relocated to Northern Ireland, taking with them a number of Alaskan Malamutes, very popular dogs at present. They settled in a rural village near in the Malamute area and immediately began to breed the dogs. By autumn in 2013, an estimated 40 dogs were being kept at the couple's property. At this point, the couple began to contact established breeders and rescue centres in an attempt to identify potential buyers. Also around this time, the couple's neighbours filed the first of several reports to Malamute Council about the number and physical condition of the dogs on the property. They also raised concerns about what appeared to be a number of accidental, unplanned litters of pups being born. Benvardin Kennels and other rescues in the UK stepped in and made several attempts to help the individuals concerned. That this help was declined merely proves that the couple's motivation for breeding was purely economic. Like all business endeavours, the breeder wanted the greatest financial return for the smallest outlay. And basically for the Malamutes, evidently, this meant a lack of care and basic attention. On Saturday the 19th of April, just 2 weeks ago, one of the breeders dumped 8 of these dogs at Benvardin Kennels. Within hours, Benvardin received information that the Alaskan Malamute Club of the UK had also received a further 13 dogs from these breeders. They arrived up in vans and dumped them out. All of the Malamutes, many of them puppies, were in condition of severe neglect. Throughout that 10-month period, Malamute Council had taken no positive action to prevent the abuse of these dogs. The Council's welfare officers should have acted to ensure their welfare, to insist on improvements being made to their living conditions, and finally to have them removed from the property and the breeders charged with cruelty and neglect. They have done none of those things. Instead, the welfare officers repeatedly reiterated that the dogs were physically in relatively good health and that there was no real cause for concern. Katie, one of Benvardin's dedicated volunteers, and who's actively been involved in rehabilitating these Malamutes, will give you an update on their progress in a second. We hope that their story, like the others that you have heard about today, will encourage everyone here to push for the Department of Agriculture and the Northern Ireland Assembly to amend the current legislation to ensure that more animals aren't let down like these dogs were. This isn't a question of casting blame on individual council animal welfare officers, and I think that's something that really needs to be stressed. What it does point to, as Stephen Philpott has already said, is the fact that giving power and responsibility for research and enforcement of current animal welfare legislation just simply is not working. Local councils are neither properly resourced nor are their officers adequately trained to effect these measures properly. Such criminal acts must be dealt with by suitably qualified, experienced and empowered police officers, and many of the PSNI have given a lot of support to a number of the animal welfare organisations over the years. So finally, before I hand over to Katie, we urge you to support the Northern Ireland Says No to Animal Cruelty campaign in calling for these legislative changes. Basically, it's up to all of us now. Thank you.
Hi. The Alaskan Malamute are a strong, affectionate breed used to work as part of the team on the forest reels, but popular for recent years as a treasured family pet. The dogs and puppies who arrived 2 weeks ago at Benvardin from the breeder were almost unrecognisable as Malamute. Their condition has shocked and shaken our staff. Some of you will have already seen some of the photographs that Benvardin has uploaded online. The animals in extremely poor physical condition, grossly underweight, malnourished and salty. Some had open wounds in their bodies, their coats stained in yellow and matted with species. One adult male we named Malamute required complete sedation in order to be clean. Unfortunately, his coat could not be saved, and eventually we had to take the drastic measure of saving his coat bare, a last resort for any double-coated northern breed. One of the pups appeared to have dislocated jaw. Another young female, around 14 months old, gave birth to 3 puppies within 5 days of arrival. We were very lucky that she and her puppies seemed to be in stable physical condition for the moment. The Malamute at Benvardin are now in a better place. Hopefully their future is bright. However, these dogs have a long road ahead of them. The physical neglect is only one component of the cruelty that have been subjected to. Equally damaging as the psychological state. The dogs and puppies had no human care, attention and socialization prior to coming to Benvardin. They were existing in vile living conditions, surviving on occasional food and water. Some had become almost sterile. All of them were extremely frightened and had very little idea of how to respond to human contact. Initially, when Benvardin staff entered a kennel bay, the dogs would try to hide in the nearest corner, some emptying their bowls with fire. As you may see from Benvardin's video footage, significant improvements can now be observed as a result of quality care and a lot of patience. Alaskan Malamute Rescue Organisation and supporters in the UK and Ireland have been fantastic in raising funds and sending supplies to help with the rehabilitation of the 8 dogs in our care. Benvardin would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have supported us in caring for our animals. However, along with our newborn litter of pups and the tracking down of our dogs abandoned by this breeder, there are now another 44 dogs in total to be looked after and rehomed. Many of you here today will ask what happened to the husband and the wife who subjected these dogs to this physical and psychological abuse. Due to the failures of the local council and welfare officers, they are now in America preparing once again to attempt to make money from dogs. There were many opportunities to take these people to justice for the ill treatment of innocent animals, but none was taken. Sadly, this is only one countless instance of animal cruelty that exists in the UK and Ireland at any time. This is why we again stress the importance of supporting the Northern Ireland Says No to Animal Cruelty campaign to demand that our authorities initiate a review of the deficiencies in our current animal security, particularly in relation to investigation, implementation and enforcement. Wake up Northern Ireland, we say no to animal abuse.